Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Morning,
Hello,
guys.
hello.
Morning, guys. How are you
Mo-
guys?
Good morning.
Lajak, how are you?
I am good, but could you please go through yesterday's AJ trade? Because for me it looked perfect, but it didn't work out. If you could comment on that.
Yes, of course, we can. I think at the end it still went up.
Yeah, but it just tagged me with the stop loss and went up.
Yeah, let me see how many pips came against. 12 pips. Look, the first thing is that AD is a minor pair, and when when it's moving, making new highs, you don't have that confidence to get in because you don't know how much it can push, how far it can go. So for me, I saw that we closed above, but it just I was not confident enough that we're still gonna continue a lot more in this, even though it did. But as you can see, it came a little deeper. If you look at the 4 hours, 4 hours still good. I mean, it closed above.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was also for our close. But yeah, now I am thinking that it was like only 5 pips breakout and it was quite major level. Maybe this was a case.
it's not a case of a weak breakout. Maybe the breakout was still good for EDGPY, but in a place like this, I just didn't feel comfortable to take it. If you look at the daily, it didn't really make sense where it is to continue a lot more. So that's what held me back a little bit before. And yeah, just I don't know. Sometimes you have a feeling where you just don't trust it that's gonna continue more.
Okay, so it's more experience. But the
Yeah, let's
setup,
see.
I think it checked all the boxes.
Yeah, I
It
think
was.
the setup was good, not that bad, except that the breakout was not that good, not that strong. And look, if there was a breakout here and it would happen in this candle here and would close all the way above, I would know for sure, okay, we have a very bullish momentum right now. And for sure, if it comes for a retest, we're gonna have some more continuation. And that's what would convince me more. But
Yeah,
after
I see.
doing this, closing just a little above, it didn't really look like there's much momentum there. And
Mm.
price stayed here a whole hour before closing above, and that's only 5 pips above or 4 at the end.
Yeah, when I am looking at it, I just could have my stop loss like 2 pips under the low, but it's always like that. And then I would be break even, I think.
Yeah, to be honest, once I saw that it came right away below this, I knew that's not good to take it. And it came very early on. It came like right away, straight a push to the downside. And once I saw that it's coming below this, it's not that I thought it's gonna be fake out, but I just didn't trust it anymore.
Yeah,
Because this
I think.
basically would have just to make a small pullback here and continue, not do this big deep retest, because at the end it would make sense why it came this deep, because this is where the zone was.
So, to summarize, it looks like the momentum wasn't so good with this breakout candle, yes?
Yeah,
And
I think
I
so.
think it's good to have breakout big enough to when you enter, and so your first take profit is just when the
Bullish.
entry candle
Yeah,
flips.
yeah,
This is nice because this move is almost every time done.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
Of course, of course. We talked
Yeah.
about that the other day,
Mm.
where most of the time all we need is just the price to flip,
Yeah, it's
either
best. It's
bullish.
best. Mm.
That's the best because it's the least move it can do. If
Mm.
if nothing else, at least flip bullish. Just like GJ yesterday. All we needed was just to flip bullish first. That would give us 10-15 pips, then a little bit push more. And usually when it flips bullish, it's going to continue another 10 pips and you're done. So being a 10 pips breakout gives you that chance. But being given only 2-3 pips or 4 pips, it's not really,
Yeah,
even if it
exactly.
goes bullish, it needs to push a lot more to just go to that 10 pips. And that's why maybe DJPY, I don't know. Look, I like to trade these minor pairs in some occasions. Like for example, this one here, it's in the middle of a big consolidation. It has created a pretty good zone. You could see that a small break above could send you straight to the next zone, so this would make sense. But this, it's already pretty high, and you don't really trust that ADJPY is going to have enough momentum to continue all the way up more than that. So there are just these occasions where you don't really trust it. Just like if I would take a break and retest on a DJPY, if it breaks this high, I wouldn't really be sure that it's going to continue a lot more. Maybe I would have to know more about it and know the fundamental side of it also, if it has enough power to push more and more. So same thing was yesterday, just I wasn't convinced that much. I did enter a position in the beginning, but I closed straight away uh, once I saw what's about to happen. Once I saw how fast it was coming here, I just closed it break even right away because I didn't want to hold that. It was just not safe for me.
Okay, thanks. And for today, it's not much, I think, at least for me. It looks like maybe NZD, JPY have some zone now, but it's going down.
Today it's last night or yesterday. I mean, look what happened here. Look at all these moves. I was really crazy. Yeah. Look, all USD pairs, they just melted. They melted to the downside. It's like gold also.
Morning, bro.
Pay to morning.
Bro, can you go to Euro USD and zoom all the way out on the 1 hour? Yeah, it tapped exactly this zone, and if you zoom out a little more, I want to comment something if it's okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So no, a little more. Yeah. So we had this. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we had this consolidation here. Then we broke, and now this is kind of like a big box as well. So this is, I think, a major price. So today's NFP probably will show if it goes down or if it goes up, in my opinion. So I would stay away from this.
Yeah, same. I don't have any plans to take Euro US dollar right now here. I don't have any plans. Let's take a look at daily. Yeah, daily is right at support. And also we're coming to this big consolidation box like we said. If NFP brings this all the way down and we have a close back in the range, we could get something like a break below, then whole continuation to the next zone, because that's what would make sense. But we don't know what's going to happen today with NFP. and it's better to stay away. Even before the news, I mean, we're too far away from the news, but I think there's going to be ranging until then, not very much, not plenty of moves until then. Maybe some sort of pullback, then we get another drop, just a small correction before the news come. We'll see what happens. I'm not very interested to trade Euro USD or any of USD pairs because they're not in a place where we can take a good setup there. They all had big drops yesterday and they all could make some small correction or just continue more, but they haven't created like a good zone where we can take a trade. And let's see if we can find another pair that suits us here. NZD JPY. Okay, Euro GBP looks like it has a good zone here. I haven't traded Euro GBP I think in the last 3 years. I think my last time was like 3 or 4 years ago.
It's because it's a shit pair.
It's not a good pair at all. I mean, it looks like a good zone, but we'll see later on. USD CHF. USD CHF is also one of the pairs that I don't trust trading, but it can be good sometimes, like at this time here. Did a breakout, did a retest, and some nice continuation. I'm not a fan of CHF pairs. I'm not a big fan at all. Good morning, good morning. GJ. Level on 150.020. A break below B2, or what do you mean? Okay, 40 minutes, we have some GBP news. They're low impact. At least that's what my FX book says. Yeah, until then, we don't have. Until the non-farm payroll, we don't have any news. I mean, we might be able to catch something quick. Okay, so oh, I see. This zone that matches for the left here.
Yep,
Okay.
it looks very nice.
Okay. Yeah, it looks good. So actually this would have been a perfect setup, but we're only 10 minutes, we have only 10 minutes left, and there's not plenty of time to have a breakout here and also to have a 10 pips breakout below. That would have been pretty tough to do right now on the last minutes, but that would be a perfect setup if you look at the previous candles, and having this candle go all the way down close below would give us a great chance. But looks like we're only gonna have a rejection here right now.
Let's see, maybe next hour.
Maybe. Oh, could that been a 4-hour retest or no? It was already close.
I think it pushed way too much to the upside before it did the retest. It went to the zone on the left at 150, 370.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, first it touched that, then it came back down.
Yeah. I mean, GJ still looks bullish, to be honest. It has this resistance first, but it looks like there are more rejections here than this one. And we could see still some more continuation maybe. But I'm not gonna look for buys, to be honest here. Even though you could see yesterday it respected the zone perfectly. Did a breakout, did a retest, and how big this move was. 30 pips to the upside. Wow, it was good. If we would hold our runners yesterday, 115 pips would be the move yesterday. For you guys that don't know, yesterday we had a trade. Probably you've seen it on Copy Trader, and this was the one on GJ here. It scared us a bit with that deep retest, but we survived, and after that, all that big move, easy peasy. What about EJ here? EJ, because EJ has a zone here, and it could be good. It could be good. Let's see the 4-hour. The 4-hour is not closed yet. EA, to be honest, EA has made some crazy moves. I don't know if I trust EA, but the way it's pushing, it might be promising for some quick pips there. Let me see. Yeah, it's pushing. It's about to be just like yesterday case here, where this candle happened. So the same thing might happen again here. I'm gonna wait and see what happens. Let's see if we get a good close above without a top wick like this that we got yesterday. It might give us a good option, but we're not gonna rush anything here because we know EA might come for a deeper pullback. AUD JPY a break below. I don't know how strong this level is. Let me take a look here. Because there's another support here too, and also a zone around here. So no, leave AUD because it's not good right now. There's just too many zones in between. Okay, so we'll see. I think right now there's no current setup coming up official. This GJ might go even bullish all the way, or the next candle is gonna push, as it seems right now. EA is not gonna break probably, so another 3 minutes left. No hopes yet. Setup on $80 looks good. We'll check your chart right now, but I'm not looking for Okay, let's take a look at this chart here. Like I said, guys, I'm not gonna take any USD trades, I think, because NFP is coming and I don't want to risk getting into fake out there. And this makes almost no sense. Not no sense, because it makes sense, but it's just not good enough. Is this a zone for you? Because it's not for me, just a rejection. It's no clear zone there. If you look left, it might be one here. Then this would make sense, but only based on this, not good enough, my bro. We sometimes have dubs in a zone like this, which is very strong, let alone only this two candles here. That's not good enough. You need a way better support there to take a trade. Let's see, euro, SDT, dollar, almost a breakout, but at the end it didn't close. Let's see, USD, JPY, AD, JPY, it's not good right now. I'm gonna skip it. GA might give us something. There's a resistance here that if it breaks, or we go all the way to the upside. Let me check. Yeah, if GA breaks this daily zone again, we're gonna have a very good move to the upside. Last time we broke above that, it resulted in a fake out on a daily, even though the lower time frames gave us a chance and we got some profits from GA. this time when it breaks, I think there's even a better chance for continuation because it's going to be the second time breaking, and it should be very good. But we have to wait and see. It's Friday, so a lot of things can happen today. We can see some weird moves. NFP also. We have some CAD news too, as usual. So what else? What else we have? Euro GBP. Euro GBP didn't break, got rejected all the way down. Yeah, looks like it's gonna be a slow day today. It's just yesterday we had such a big moves that today is just gonna be ranging at least until NFP, because there's no need really to move. Look at USD CHF, that doesn't really move this much. 100 pips yesterday. If you look GBP US dollar from yesterday, you have 150 pips move to the downside. So all the pairs have already moved a lot. Euro USD 100 pips, and it's gonna be quiet, I think, for the next few hours until NFP. Yeah. EJ can be an option. It can be an option. And it's good that we got rejected on these two candles, because it's just confirming that we have a good zone here. This is good on EJ that we got rejected. So we can wait for the next hour. We even got rejected in this candle too. The more rejections we get here, the better the zone gets here, and we might have a setup later on. Look, USD CHF, it looks like a break and retest, basically. But no, I'm not interested to take anything here, because first of all, you had a very weak breakout in the first place. Like it's 1.1 pips break above. And it's not that you have a very strong zone here. It's a fresh zone. Look at this push on USD CHF. And it's not stopping. It looks like there's more move to push all the way up here. If NFP is also good, this is about to fly after. There's a small zone here on NZD-JPY, and we could easily flip all the way bearish here. But I don't know if it's worth risking there. Because if you look left here, there's plenty of rejections, and you could see how prices respected this level from before. Also, when it broke above, did the retest, had some continuation. Later on, see how every time price was respecting this level. And last time, you can just see it was 2 hours ago when this closed above, did a retest and had some continuation. Same thing is happening now, but to the downside. We have a pretty nice bearish close below. A retest is already happening, and you might see some more continuation to this level here. Let me check the 4 hour also. The 4 hour is not that good. I mean, what you could say here is that we already had a breakout on the 4 hour, then we came for the retest here. The only problem is that this 4 hour candle didn't close that good, but you couldn't say also that it closed above, so it's not a fake up. And this looks like just a 4 hour retest. And now on the 1 hour we have a better confirmation to say. If we would enter on the retest here, now we got a chance to enter because the 1 hour closed above a minor zone here, and now we're getting rejected. Is it worth taking a trade here with a 10 pip stop loss? Let's see. This can easily flip bearish. Easy. But I'm not sure. I'm not gonna take a trade just because there's nothing going on and now we have to find one. I'm gonna wait for the right one until it comes. No need to rush. What about CAD JPY? I don't see anything on CAD JPY. What are you guys seeing that I don't see? Maybe a 4 hour retest here? EU is pushing more and more and more. Right now there's nothing. There's nothing yet. Aussie dollar is pushing below that support. I was really looking forward yesterday to this SDD US dollar trade, but unfortunately we didn't get any kind of retest here at all. But the breakout was perfect. There was a great momentum. All we needed was a retest, but it didn't came. Went straight to the downside. Oh god, look at this DJPY, it's melting. Not melting that much, but it respected the zone perfectly. And if it makes a new low here, it's gonna come probably until the end of the day. We might see a move all the way down here. It just slowly it's gonna come there. Once it breaks also this, it's coming all the way down. It's been consolidating in this range for a pretty long time, and watching that 4 hour close all the way down and watching the 1 hour how it's forming right now, we could see it move all the way down here pretty soon. But this is the next target. After that, a break and retest and continuation all the way down. Seed, what about USD ZAR? You changed one of the letters on my name. I only have 4 and you still changed it. SEAD, Saad. My name is Saad. Look, USD ZAR, I don't know who trades USD ZAR. I used to trade it, but right now all the brokers who have USD ZAR, the spread is crazy. You don't really have a choice to trade it. It's too big, the spread. What I think about it is that it might continue more to the upside. It might continue more to the upside, but there's a resistance here, and it might have some problems to break first. Once it breaks, you could see some more bullish momentum here. I think what you got to do here is wait for a break of this, a retest, then some continuation. And there's this small consolidation box that's created. Once it closes above this resistance, you have a chance to continue more and enter on the retest. GJ, if GJ closes below 150, I'm definitely gonna look for sells. We'll see. Even if it closes, we have a pretty good range to fill to the downside. We can get at least like quick 15 pips there. Let me see how many pips the range is. Yeah, I mean the 20 pips should be easy here. Easy job for GJ. We only need to close below.
There is a small zone at 800 too, when you look to the left.
Yeah, that's where the target is. That's why I said that quick 20 pips, because we have a 20 pip range here. Once we close below a retest, and 800 is the first target, and that's 20 pips.
Yeah.
But are we gonna get it? Who knows?
Let's see. Everything that's like 2 hours before NFP is gonna be good.
When NFP comes and there's no movement at all, that would be the best. It doesn't have any effect. Okay, so you're looking for GU to close above, then a retest to continue up more. Okay, let's see. I mean, it could happen, who knows?
It's on a very strong support on the 4-hour GU.
Yeah, this looks very strong.
Yeah.
But no, I wouldn't look for buys here. I wouldn't look after that whole drop.
I
But
think it's
this looks like a very strong daily zone too.
I think it's in the same position like EU said.
Yeah, true.
EU and GU, I think both are on major positions, so NFP will show the way. I can
think,
also imagine that NFP will push it down and then it will still go to the upside, you know?
Yeah, that could also happen.
Huge wick and then like here, wait, I can see it like here. All the way to the downside and then it goes up.
That was NFP?
I don't know if that was NFP, but
Might have been, who knows? Because that looks a pretty big move. I don't know, to be honest, if we get back in this range, this daily range again, probably it's gonna go a long time until I trade EU again, because it's gonna be too many zones.
Yeah, but I also think that. Oh, I forgot.
Damn.
Man, I forgot. Yeah, I also think that NFP will have an impact because all the weeks before it hasn't had an impact because of Brexit and co. Now there is no Brexit. Everything is clear. Now the biggest news is NFP again.
Yeah. and that's good because it only comes once a month.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are seeing that lately. We've been having clean moves, not any kind of news lately. I mean, we've just been free with technicals right now, and this is how good the market is in these days. The good days are coming back, just like it was before, having only one major news, and that's NFP. Sometimes you might have some GBP news here and there, but most of the time you're free just on technicals. And this time comes, consistency, it's going to be easy to maintain. You're going to have plenty of break and retest. As long as they're not affected by fundamentals, we're going to be perfectly good. And now it's just a matter of time. I mean, look at the last 1.5 months, having only 1 or 2 losses in between in almost 15 trades tells you that we're coming back to normal again. If I look the period from October, November, December, there was a lot of ups and downs because of the news and all these. But from this January, mid-January until now, it's a lot more different now. Consistency is way better because Brexit is done, and we're way better now. The market conditions are better, and you'll see that it's gonna become way more easy to trade. It's gonna be days you're gonna find out that wow, Forex is so easy, but it can be hard also in some occasions, in some periods of the year. GA is pushing. This could give us a chance. If it breaks, we could get a nice chance here. You took USD CHF break and retest. How is it going? Is it going good? Is USD CHF pushing? Okay, good luck. But it was only 1 pips breakout. That's pretty risky. AUD US dollar would be a possibility. Look, the closer we get to the news, we stay away from USD pairs. We stay away from USD pairs. USD pairs might have some nice setups, but we're gonna stay away. I mean, USD CAD looks very nice. USD CAD looks very nice. If a break and retest happens in this hour, I might do a mistake and take it. I might just do a small mistake and push a buy button.
Nah, don't do it.
How many hours till NFP? Let's take a look. We have 5, no more. Yeah, 5 hours until NFP. and CAD news. So 5 hours. We only need 15 minutes to take USD CAD. Only need 10-15 minutes to make the move and done. If a breakout comes on this candle, that's huge momentum, and we could probably get a very good close without a top wick, something like that. What session do you think has the best setups? I don't know. London, maybe because we traded, but New York session sometimes has very good setups too. Bless you. We'll see. We'll see. USD CAD giving some signs, some bullish signs here. What's gonna happen? Did Bitcoin drop again? Okay, let's go Bitcoin. I need to see Bitcoin at 30k at least. Bitcoin breaks 43k and we're going all the way down. Ooh, look at this 4 hour on USD CAD. It looks delicious. But once it makes a new high here, 1 hour closes above, does a retest. This could be very nice. How many years did it take you to start being profitable? I don't know. In my second year, I was profitable already, I think, because 1 year I spent finding a strategy to trade, and once I found it, straight away it was profitable because there was so many break and retests happening. I've said many times before, I mean, every pair I would open, there would be a break and retest happening. And I was trading so much, like whole day. So imagine how many setups would I get in a day. A London session, a New York session, sometimes Asian session too. 24 hours was so long back then.
You were on fire.
I'm telling you. It's too many trades.
Good morning, good morning.
Morning, my friend. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good. Not bad. End of the week. Preparing to get some rest. But man, it's going so fast. Like, the week just started and already Friday.
Always.
It's
Already
going
can't
so
wait for
fast.
next week, for Monday.
Yeah. I would say would be the best to have only 1 week the market to be closed, maybe Saturday only and Sunday start right away.
I think in terms of our relationships outside of work, it starts getting tough at that point, though.
No,
And
but
it's also nice to reset, to be honest. If you're like on a lot of the day on the charts, it's also nice to have a couple days where you think about other things.
yeah,
Time,
of
what
course,
is
of
that?
course. It's just that we don't really spend much time on the charts. Like for example, me, if I have a trade on London session, I'm gonna be done for the whole day. You know, it's not that I'm gonna be in front of charts the whole day. I only need a trade, and that can happen in the morning, and I'm done. For example, and I'm free whole day then. But sometimes I might not get stuck until New York session. But it's not that I'm gonna stay in front of the charts. I mean, we wait for 1 hour candles to close, so 5 minutes before 1 hour closes, I can take a look. If there's nothing, can continue doing something else.
Yeah, it's true.
So we have time. We have time, unless you're a trader who trades lower time frames and your trading is very intensive. You gotta be in the charts all the time, taking trades. Then that would be hard. But for us, I think we've made it simple to ourselves now, giving ourselves more time to do other things, to not just stay in front of the charts. Because this is the advantage of trading the higher time frames too. You have more free time.
Exactly. It's all about what works well with you. That's if you like to have that freedom and have that extra those extra couple hours and be able to do other things, then it works very well as well. So it's whatever works for the individual, especially with trading, that matters.
Yeah, I mean, we just the way we trade, and still we have so much time. So there are people who want even less time spent in the charts, and they want swing trading, for example. So there's plenty of different ways for every personality to fit them. Is copy trade available in Turkey or not? Of course, man. It was always available. Only hair transplant in Turkey. If you go in Turkey, you're gonna see so many people bald but with operation or hair transplant, because Turkey does it best, I think, for now, and it's not expensive at all. See, uh, there's not many problems in the world that can be fixed these days. You know, you don't have hair, you're gonna get it easy. It happens in a matter of weeks or months. 1 year and you're already young again. You can have your hair back. If you don't have teeth, you can buy some new ones, or
Man.
white as, I don't know what to say. Everything can be done now. You don't like your face, you can make a new one. It's easy. It's just the money is needed. No, I wait for the 1 hour to close above resistance, and I see the retest on the same time frame. I don't have to go to lower time frames. I still don't understand why should I go to lower time frames. If 1 hour closes above and 1 hour comes for the retest, why should I switch on lower time frames? I can do it in 1 hour.
But then your high time frame is the question actually doesn't make much sense because the smaller time frame retest would also be the higher time frame retest.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's just, the only thing that would change is if you used a smaller time frame confirmation above the range. So if it was like a 30-minute close above the range, then it would be different, and then there could.
Yeah. There are. Look, for example, if the 1 hour has started now, and it has gone above the resistance, right? So the 1 hour is above resistance, and it's just the beginning of a candle. So then you don't want to miss the move all the way up, and you're going to try to find an entry while the 1 hour is still open. Then you go to the smaller time frames, and you probably have a breakout going on and a retest on lower time frames. That's when you maybe can use the lower time frames. But when you only trade 1 hour, or you're waiting for the 1 hour close, there's no need to go back to 30 minutes or 15 minutes to enter. You can do it just fine on 1 hour without having any complication at all. Easy as that. There's no point to go to lower time frames. If we have a trade on the daily, for example, we could go on the 1 hour to find a good zone. I explained this before on GBP AUD, for example. We had a trade the other day, and we had a break and retest. We had a break and retest on the daily. So this whole move was a daily breakout. And this here, the right here, this was the daily support. But we didn't want to enter on the daily support because we said, okay, it might come deeper and would be in a bigger drawdown, and we didn't want that. So we wanted a better confirmation. So what did we do? We switched to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we found that we have a minor zone. So what did we do? We waited for the break of that minor zone, and we used the lower time frames to find the zone, to take the trade, and to have this quick profits. So on the daily, you don't have this many candles. You don't have this much structure on the daily. On daily, you just have one candle. But when you go on the 1 hour, you can find all these zones that can give you a nice setup. Only this time I would use lower time frames, but for me, lower time frames are 1 hour and 4 hour if I find a setup on the daily. But most of the time I find a setup on 1 hour, I stick to the 1 hour. I find a setup on the 4 hour, then I can use the 1 hour and the 4 hour both.
Hey Seth,
Yes.
I have noticed that you know, when there's a breakout but price pushes to the next level and we don't take it, we don't take
Yeah.
the retest. Yeah, I have noticed on GJ and GU that even if it pushes to the outer zone, when it comes for a retest, you can drop down to the lower time frame, like 5 minutes, just so you can get a very close entry to the zone, and it works out.
No,
Like, you can wait for
I've never said,
confirmation.
I never said that it doesn't work when it comes from another zone. It works still, but there's still a chance that you might get faked, you know, and most of fake codes happen for that same reason. It can still work out even if it comes from another zone, but just a risky trade. It's not a safe trade like it would be without coming from another zone. I said before, the main reason why my students were losing before was because every time I would look at the loss, it would be price coming from another zone. So we got that as one of the reasons why we should avoid taking when price coming from another zone, for example, and just made a rule that we're not going to take it. It's not forbidden to take it. I mean, you can still take it, but you gotta think that this might also turn out in a fake out easy. So if you take it, at least you have to use lower risk. If you want to take it, use at least a lower risk, because you already know what might happen in that case. but
And
there's
maybe
still
also wait for a little bit of experience, because what it is basically is just like each level is like a floor or a ceiling, right? So we're gonna get you don't want the ceiling to be stronger than the floor, if you want to think about it like that. So in the case for UCAD, you could say that the ceiling is 271 and the floor is 269. So once we go through the floor, we want that floor to be stronger than the ceiling. But if we reject from 271, and that could be a very, very strong level, maybe that's going to force the price. And if the ceiling is stronger than the floor, it's going to go through the floor eventually. And that would mean that you would lose your trade. Whereas if you're sure that the 271 is a very, very small zone, and you're like, you have a lot of experience and you know that 269 is a very, very strong zone, and you're and you really want the retest off of that, then you can start with like half risk and see how it goes. But you should always watch out, because you never know. Maybe that 271 zone is going to be the stronger one than the 269.
Yeah, that's also one point. Depends how strong the zone that's coming from is, because sometimes it might just be a minor zone, sometimes it might be very strong. It all depends from a trade, from different setups. Yeah, I mean, nothing is 100% failure, or nothing has a 100% win rate. You know, there's always a chance for anything to happen. A break and retest, there's always a chance of being a fake out, even without any reason. Just like Euro USD happened the other day, that we had everything in place, everything looked perfect, but still got resulted in a fake out. There's always a chance, but we have to go with what has a higher chance of going. Let's see, we base that on confirmations. We see what it gives, what confirmations the market is giving us, and based on that we take the trade. So it just the probability is way higher when a price breaks a zone to have more continuation. It's not the same as taking a buy before breaking the zone than taking a buy after it breaks, because now you have really a confirmation. Now the market is giving you the directions where it's going. USD CAD is pretty good. The fact that this candle is so big, it just tells you how strong momentum is. And if we manage to close above, that would be even better. But we'll see what happens, because we have another 20 minutes left, and in 20 minutes a lot can happen. We might not even get a close above, or just a small rejection like this. Then the next candle breaks, then it can come all the way down and give us no chance to enter. Plenty of things can happen. GJ is on the same place. It can be a lot of consolidation until NFB, that's for sure. GBP CAD 4-hour break and retest can happen. A GBP CAD also rejecting from support here, so there's no trade here for us. See, the daily hit a very strong resistance. No trades there. GBP AUD has a better chance because it's going above this resistance. Even though we need a clean break above here, we need to clean this zone on the left. A candle without a top wick would be nice. And GA is pretty volatile, so let's see, 20 pips is this move here. This small move is 20 pips, so we don't need a bigger move than this. And it can be pretty easy. If we get a candle close around here, oh, that's easy job. We can get 10, 15 quick, then another 5 when we flip bullish, just like every time. Same thing over and over again. You always trade bigger time frames. I find it easy to do analysis, but is there any reason why I trade that way? It's a reason because it works and it's simple. That's the reason. Everything that is simple is worth doing it. Euro US dollar is right now dropping and it might drop more. My thoughts are stay away from Euro US dollar because there's no setup there now. You have to wait for another day. Not all these pairs, you can't trade them every single day because one day there might be consolidation, the other day might be some movement. It can be 3-4 days of consolidation and it gives you no setup. So don't go with that thought that every day is going to give you a setup because it might not happen. See, yesterday we had a 100 pip drop. Now there's no structure in this drop. We need some kind of consolidation, create some zones, and we base our trade on zones. Right now we're in the middle of nowhere, so there's no setup basically right now.
If you actually look at GA on the weekly, it would have a nice potential, this trade, if we get in. If you look on the weekly on the higher time frames, it's we haven't even made a top wick, or I guess we did made a very small top wick, but we had a good rejection from the bottom and we're about to break into some cleaner candles on the left side as well. Or there's some nice wicks, there's some nice stop losses to come hunt. They're not clean candles, but it's
no, I'm telling you, this looks perfect.
exactly.
If weekly flips bullish here,
exactly,
we're about to at least fill the wick.
Exactly.
So,
which is what I was feeling yesterday for the EJ and the GJ, which is why it's disappointing that I didn't stick with my analysis and remain patient and exited a bit early.
This could be very nice. Even if this week we don't get anything here, it might be a setup for the next week. Getting a rejection on the week. Look, when you look at the previous weekly candle, even let's think that this doesn't exist, you would think that okay, or what a push on the weekly, getting rejected this much, closing above a major zone because it's a major zone, so daily and weekly. You don't really have much until here then on the weekly, so that should be a target next for GA. After getting this deep retest, rejecting all the way, now we're gonna get a close probably above on the weekly. Next weekly can easily flip all the way up and continue filling this range to the upside.
Could be a very nice move.
Yeah, I mean we could use that weekly in our side now because it supports our idea to continue up. I mean, it makes a lot of sense to continue and fill this range.
And you have to also think when there's a wick like that you can see clearly on the weekly, you've got to expect a lot of people have their stop losses up there as well, because people also trade in daily, weekly, and monthly time frames as well, and a lot of people do. So it makes sense for them to bring the price also to 811.
Yeah, look, every time we make a new high, we expect to, after the retest, to fill that range once again, at least. You know, if we don't get a new high above this, at least we want to fill that range once to try once again to break. So in this occasion here, we went once, we came for retest, we actually filled almost the whole range, but there was still more room to push. And this might be the time when we do that. It happens most of the time, so it
could have also meant that we didn't have enough liquidity to go up, so that's why we brought the price down to entice more buyers to enter the market and to try to attack that level again, like you said.
Yeah, also this move, this happened on a different week and this came on a different week.
Exactly.
So it was not on the same week to have that continuation, you know. But the weekend came, and I've said before, a lot of things can happen on the weekend that can affect a pair or a currency, and that must have been maybe a reason why. But if this could happen, if this would happen uh, in midweek, let's say, a daily breakout, a daily retest, we would probably have more continuation because it wouldn't have nothing much would change during a day or night, you know. But during 2 days on the weekend, a lot of things can change. And we had this whole push to the downside. Now Friday is coming, and we are on the same position like we were on the previous Friday last week. So are we gonna get a push above, or we're gonna see? We just need a good close. We can we can't get caught up in a weak breakout here because we know that GA is volatile and it can easily punish us. Which broker do you have? We use plenty of brokers. IC Markets, Pepperstone, Black Bull Markets, Traders Domain. There are plenty. Just pick and choose these days. We have brokers as much as traders. For every trader, there's a broker. No, that's exaggeration, but there are a lot of brokers. And you can trust them also.
Someone was asking for like how we would want the candles to print in order to take a trade, and there's also on Instagram. Sad has Instagram, and he basically shows a lot of charts where he shows exactly the break and retest, so you can see it very clearly then of past examples. But basically on GA, kind of where we are now is actually a good place for it to close, and then we want it the next hour to basically open up at, well, obviously if it closes here, the next hour will open up right next to it, and then we want that hour to go down as quick as possible without going up, and to retest that 8029, and then afterwards we hope for a rejection to go up. But if you want to see like what the perfect setups kind of look like, don't also hesitate to go to Instagram and see some there.
I can give an easy example. Yesterday's trade.
Perfect.
So look, imagine this is GA because it has almost the same setup. What did we need to have here was only a breakout. So this was the breakout, and we took the retest. This is a classical thing we do here. We wait for a breakout, we take the retest, and you're gonna have some more continuation to the upside. On GA is the same thing we're expecting here, just like this. If price closes just like it is right now, it's perfect for us. We don't need anything else. Just a breakout like this, and then we get the retest. Maybe I'm gonna draw like this, a candle leaving a wick. Usually what we like is this going bullish at least when it closes strong as this, because we get a quick 10-15 pips. That's why having a 10-15 pips is way better. It just gives you that room that price can make a quick move, at least going bullish, for example. And most of the time it's the least you get. If not a 100 pip move, at least you're gonna get like a 10-15 quick pip move.
Also, don't forget to compare your zones to historical zones as well, because somebody just mentioned that GU is about to break support on the H1 and it's at support right now. And so you also have to think for this specific strat, we need the hour closing to be good. So you have 9 minutes. So that means that you expect it in 9 minutes to hopefully push at least 5 to 10 pips. So it could break that support, but don't forget to look left because there's a decent support at 3845 on GU.
Damn, GU is melting.
Yes,
the
it is.
Because the USD, the numbers were all positive. They're expected to be positive for NFP again today. Maybe it's something I should have been more aware of at the beginning of the week, but USD's been pumping.
Yeah, same as EU, still dropping. Like it doesn't really this doesn't really happen. 30 pips in one candle. That's pretty nice for EU.
USD cut also trying again.
Okay, we only have 9 minutes to break above, and we need at least like 6-7 pips close above. Otherwise, it's gonna be a weak breakout, and there's not much time doing that. Let's see how far it can come. Just a matter of minutes. Trading Forex. Are you not using any indicators? Bollinger RSI? No. We don't use any indicators because it's just no need. Why do you need indicators? There's no need for indicators. I agree with break and retest, but I would like to understand the psychology behind the retest. Simplest stop loss hunt. What is your... No, I don't know what to say. I don't trust stop hunts that somebody's going for your stop loss. It's just simple. You can predict these kind of things. You can predict that price might come deeper, and we always say that. We talk about GA and we say, okay, GA can be good, but let's not forget that GA does this deep retest, and somebody can call them stop hunts, for example. But for me, I can always predict that because I know pairs that do that often. You have our trades on Instagram if you want to journal them, or on the stream when we take them, and you can see how small the drawdown is in most of the trades. So the deeper pullbacks happen not very often. They rarely happen. Most of the trades we have zero drawdown. Look at GJ here, had zero drawdown. Look at New Zealand JPY here, had zero drawdown. Look at CAD, GBP CAD, no drawdown at all. Look at this was a loss. What else here? We had this trade here, there was no drawdown. Look at this, ADJPY, 0.00 drawdown. GBP CAD, same thing, no drawdown at all on all these trades. Just take a look at them. It rarely happens when we have a deep pullback on the trades, and usually when it happens, it's gonna happen on volatile pairs like GA, for example, like Euro and ZD, for example. These are the pairs that it happens a lot of times to have deep pullbacks. But on pairs that are not that volatile, on USD CAD, on Euro JPY, on Aussie dollar, SZD US dollar, these are pairs that are less volatile. On GBP CAD, you can expect deeper pullbacks. Why? Because that's the way it moves lately. And that's why we avoid trading it maybe most of the time until we see a very, very good clean setup. You can expect deep pullbacks on gold, for example, because you know how volatile gold is. So yeah, I don't think that there's a stop hunt for your trades. You just gotta be careful where you put your stop. because if you put your stop too close, you might you might get stop hunted every day, you know. It might exist, but for me, I think it's just based on how you trade and how you put your stop loss, how far you can predict price can come. Most of the time, we use 10 to 20 pips stop loss. Even lately, I don't remember last time we used a full 20 pip stop loss because there's just no need. Yesterday we had this DJ trade, right? And it came a little bit deeper. You may say it's a stop hunt, it's looking for some stop losses before pushing up, but if we would only use like 5-6 pips stop loss, we would already get stopped. But we used a bigger stop loss because we anticipated that price might come a little deeper before having that push. I don't know what else I could say about this, but I think it's just my opinion. There are maybe things that I don't know that exist. This industry is big, and there might be something that I don't know. Who knows?
Personally, I think if you look at like a GU or a GCAD on the 4 hour, or the GU candle, I think is even better on the 4 hour. The one that on the 4th of March at 3 o'clock our time. I feel like that huge wick that it leaves up there, it that would, if there ever is stop loss hunts and stuff like that, I believe that would have been it. Like you can see that there's
This one?
clearly, exactly, you can see all the stop losses. Like if you've if you sold anywhere before that, where would you have put your stop loss? You would have put it on the tops of those wicks, and so that wick comes just past it, it wicks them all, and then we come down, and that looks like a beautiful stop loss hunt actually. Because if you were buying at any time over there from March 2nd or 3rd, you're putting your stop losses up there, it comes to touch you out, and then there's a quick reversal. But
Yeah.
it's obviously there's no guarantees and things like some people are saying in the chat. Maybe it is just them trying to find a better price. But it also makes sense that if a lot of retailers are, because you can see on some market sentiment things that like 90% of people are in the same trade, are in a buy or a sell. So, and they say that 90% of traders lose. So if 90% of people are in buys, it's also normal that the market goes a little bit against them because they're not going to let 90% of people win all the time.
I mean, yeah, there's plenty of other things, but it could be other reasons why price may be rejected here, or maybe look at the move after that. Certainly something was going on, and we had this late push, then boom, a big drop.
Mm-hmm. And you had this on GPY pairs as well. You had it on a lot of pairs. It
Yes,
was, I think this was Powell talking.
yeah, I think so too. There was a speech, but yeah, I mean, look, if somebody took sells here, of course, makes sense to put the stop loss above resistance if you sold resistance.
Exactly.
But there was another resistance right here, so
Exactly. That's why it
you
always
have two
becomes
zones.
tough with these things, and that's why there's no. Of course, for us, it's very tough to see these things because what the bank has the advantage over is that they can see where all our stop losses are because they can see legally all the orders. So if they can just see where our stop losses are, it's very easy for them to bring it to there and then just go the opposite way. So of course, for us, it's very hard to say, oh, like there's a lot of stop losses at this point. But for a bank who can see all of our orders and for an algorithm to easily compute like where to go to, I wouldn't be surprised if they do hunt some liquidity from time to time.
Yeah, I mean, if they're gonna manipulate something, they must manipulate people with big accounts, because I don't think they're gonna go manipulate for people who have. Look, even if these things happen, I think you can still manage to get out of it easy, not get punished, because there are ways to avoid these things and not get stopped or
Mm-hmm.
get a stop hunt or all these things. because you can manage getting out of these. Look, for example, if I was in this position and I would say somebody selling this resistance, I wouldn't understand why. Because first thing you see is what's happening right that day, right? You see bullish, 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 bullish candles. You have 5 straight hours of bullish momentum, and you could see that okay, price is very bullish now. Why should I have a reason to sell this? Clearly, price is coming from a support zone, or this could have been a daily, let's say, and it's pushing right to the upside. Why should I sell this? And I should know that okay, if I sell here without any kind of reason, I'm just gambling, then there's another zone here. So once it closes above this, it might continue to this next one. So if I use my stop loss just above here, I might get stopped because the next zone is very close. So let's, for example, use a bigger stop because there's a chance it might come here. So I'm gonna give myself some more room. If it pushes higher, I'm gonna enter another one in this zone. But I know for sure that if price pushes above this, then definitely it's going up. But until here, it's not certain that price is gonna continue up. It's not certain because we can still get rejected from here. So basically you could avoid this easy by just looking left here and anticipating that price. The maximum it can come against you is here, but once it passes this too, then game over. So you could easily uh, not get stopped here and avoid getting stopped and at least get something out of it at the end.
But what I also find beautiful with this is that you can see when they go against each other and when they work hand in hand. So if you see lots of sweeps that were before your move and then you have your break and retest, it looks amazing. Whereas if it looks like a big sweep of a zone perhaps and it doesn't, maybe makes you feel more uncomfortable about the break and retest. But I think the beautiful example with that was EJ yesterday. We had some beautiful sweeps and then we had the beautiful break and retest, and it was just a perfect play in terms of on the daily looked really nice as well. And so there's ways to find trades that where everything goes hand in hand, but of course you have to be more patient because for everything to line up, it's like the stars, they don't line up every day. So you just have to have a little bit of luck for it to line up for you.
Look, now I remember I met a guy in Cappadocia, and I don't remember exactly what he said, but he was a trader too, but he traded stocks, I think. And he told me that he was a trader, but he goes against most of people. Now, I'm not gonna get into it because I honestly forgot what he told me, exactly what he does. But I just know that he goes against most of positions that are open.
Yeah, we're.
I don't know how that works out, or how did he say that it's called. I honestly forgot, but it was very interesting.
I know some people doing that now with these last couple of weeks. I know people have done that, and it's actually they've done not so bad. But it's more so about finding the right information, of course, because to find out where really everybody's positions are is I think that there's places where we can find it, but I'm not sure exactly where. And so there are some free places where you can find it as well. But of course, they're going to give you the info that they have, and they don't have the info on the whole market. But for sure, to know where the positions were for everybody and to know on which side they are, if you could have that information regularly and be able to access that and read that quickly and analyze it quickly, you have a very big advantage over the market, basically.
I mean, there's a lot of things that go on, but we have no idea.
Exactly. For us, we focus on the break and retest here, and we go from there.
Yeah, man, there's plenty of different things. The industry is so big. We're just the small fishes.
Exactly.
They're called It's called counter trading. No, no, I mean I know what counter trading is, but no, that's a totally different thing. Like that's a profession that someone has. It's not just a style of trading. It's different. No, no, guys, look, going against the trend here is not as simple as you're saying, just to sell resistance and you're going against the trend. No. There are certain times when you'll get that big rejection and you don't know when that's going to be. That's the point, because you don't know where exactly it's going to come down, and they know.
They
So
know exactly where.
yeah, so that's the difference between us. We know that okay, price is gonna push somewhere. It's gonna come down, but where? When we don't know that.
And
That's
for
why
how long?
that's why we keep selling and selling. It goes against us and against us. We keep selling until it blows our account. But they know exactly where price is gonna make this drop here. Let's say on CAD JPY. That's the whole point. And the difference is that we don't know and they know exactly, and that's how they make a lot of money. And 90% here they lose their accounts.
If you look on AU on the monthly, lots of people, or no, AU, sorry, Aussie.
Aussie dollar monthly.
So
See.
for this trade, for example, there's been a lot of people who have been entering shorts over the last month because we've had such a big increase basically, and you could see also as price moves up that there's more and more people entering in sells. So lots of people were thinking, like I saw somebody mention in the group, like sell against the trend and etc. Which is lots of people have been trying to do, and instead what you're doing actually is fueling such a big push up. Because so many people have been in sells, they've just been able to, for the past months, keep driving the price up. And what we have finally now during the last 2-3 months is that people are starting to balance back out. People aren't starting to keep selling into this AUD. And so that's why now finally the price is kind of stabilizing a little bit. But for weeks and for months, people just kept selling into this, and this move just kept on going. And I know that there's also positional traders who even add positions when the price goes against them because they fundamentally believe, for example, that the US dollar was gonna become bullish. So I know people have been positional trading on GU, for example, since September, thinking that we'd have some more bullishness in the USD. And you have to also think that it's probably people like that who consistently move the market because they're in the market for long term. And at the end, they have a lot more positions than we do in the short term if you add all their positions up. So in my opinion, as with many things, there's a lot of details and there's a lot of things to know, but just to sell against a trend is not wise, as we can see from this simple, because you could have been selling against this AUD trend for literally months and you could have gotten completely wrecked by it. So
Yeah.
it's not easy just to say sell against the trend, buy with the trend. Sometimes actually the trend is actually very much in your favor, because if you think about it, and here we're in a very big uptrend, and even if we slow down the uptrend, we're still in an uptrend. So the
Yeah.
price is still slowly going up. So generally, I would actually advise to trade with the trend, unless you've got like a really key point or a key point of reversal, etc. But yeah, be careful with trends. It's very important to look at what the monthly is doing, where the weekly is doing, and what the daily is doing, as you don't want to go against very big trends normally.
True, true. I saw someone saying if everyone is going long, go short. I think it's totally wrong, because everyone was buying Bitcoin. So was it a good idea for you to sell Bitcoin? Because you would be in deep trouble. It's not true. I think what's true is that if most of people are buying something, they're gonna push the price up. It's just a logical thing. But we're not trading that big moves to be with everyone or something like that. We're just trading from a zone to zone. Like, we're not making any kind of difference. We're going for 10, 20 pips. And that's what market does technically. It's a big difference. We have a big difference between the institutions, or God knows, because they go for a move like this. They go for this move, and we don't go for this move. We go from this to this, from a zone to the next one. We go for moves like this. We don't go for the whole move to the upside. They go they don't enter the market for 10 pips. They anticipate the bigger move, and we know what the bigger move can be, but we don't need all that. We just need a small portion of that. Like I said, we're too small. All we gotta do is stick to this, what we do, 10-20 pips, we get the quick 1% and out. We don't need to predict the whole market where it's gonna go. We only need to predict the market what can do in a matter of hours. Because in a matter of weeks and months, we don't have that kind of information what could happen, because there are a lot of other things involved. It's not just a break and retest for a long term uh, move, for example. Trend is your friend, of course. Of course. Look, I don't know anybody who's been very successful just going against the trend. I just don't know anybody. Everyone goes with the trend because that's the wise thing to do. If 100 people are going in the same direction, of course you have to go on the same direction too, unless you have something very, very special in your hands that others don't. You've seen these videos when it's a hidden camera, when 100 people start to run in direction and some random guy just joins them because that's where they all going. You don't know what's happening, so you just join them.
That's interesting about human psychology, actually.
I mean, no, it just
We're
makes
sheep.
it makes
Follow.
yeah, on real life also, but everything is almost the same. If everyone is buying GBP JPY, then price's gonna push up. It makes sense, but it might happen also to be a fake out. It's just a game of probability, maybe, and it's just a thing that happens every day, and it's like a pattern. You have plenty of time to trade and have no one go against you. I'm pretty sure of that. They're not gonna stay trading all the day. We do that. We stay and look for trades all day.
They have their algorithms. Apparently, from what I've heard, and of course you hear these things from no one direct because they can't talk about this because they have NDAs. But from what I've heard is they basically tell the AI where they want to be towards the end of the week or towards the end of the month, etc. And basically the AI just maps out what's the best way to get there, whilst making the banks the most amount of money and not leaving the retailers too many.
Bro, I know a lot of people who work in banks and they have no idea about trading because all they
They
do
don't
is,
have to.
yeah, they don't have to know anything because they have algos, they have, computers worked for them. They don't know anything about. I knew some guy that made so much money for the banks but never knew that he could make them for himself also. Because they use probably these kind of algos, or God knows what they have, and you don't have access for yourself. They only do have that. You kind of have information, but still not enough for you to trade by yourself. So I was surprised when he told me that he works for years and he didn't know that he could open an account by himself and trade. It's weird. It's weird how you work in a bank and you don't know what trading is. because in my country they ask me all the time what I do, and they don't know what trading is basically. I mean, you work in a bank and you don't have that kind of information. What the hell are you doing in a bank? Is Sad short or his chair is huge? Probably my chair is huge, but I'm 1.85. What? No, I don't know if I'm that tall. I'm average. I don't know how to say. Gabby saw me, so he knows. I don't know if Gabby is here. Meters, not. I don't know how you guys count that. No, I haven't done the calculations for a long time. The last time I was that much. I don't know if we get smaller or by the time, because I know that while you get older, you get smaller a bit. No, guys, I'm tall. I'm tall. I'm just not staying on feet. I'm just sitting down, and I usually stay low because we don't have to. We're not in some kind of television. Actually, we are on YouTube, hundreds of people, but
You're live on television right now.
yeah, probably someone is playing this on television. CTrader works on web, or should I download the software? You can download the CTrader too. It has the web option. You can download it. You can have it on your phone. Where do you think GJ is headed? We don't know. It's not headed nowhere right now. We're just consolidating. And we talked about GJ before. There's a level that we have at 150, and there's another level at 149.800. So that's a 20 pip range we can catch on GJ. If it does break below, comes for retest and then continuation. But the problem is, are we gonna get the retest? Because if it pushes below this and we have another 40 minutes, then we might continue straight to the downside and it's not gonna wait for us. AUDCHF, my friend, why do you even trade AUDCHF? It has the worst spread that you could ask for. First, the spread is too bad, I think, most of the time. Right now, I can see AUDCHF. I never trade this pair, honestly. I said before, I don't like CHF pairs. Usually have they have big spread. Not worth trading them. Okay, so 1 hour looks like there was some kind of consolidation box here, and looks like it did break below, and I can see a small break and retest here. If you switch to 4 hour, looks like the 4 hour it's going below and also gonna break below. If you want to take a trade on ADCHF, you could wait for the retest on the 4 hour. The new 4 hour comes in 40 minutes, so that's good. You could take the retest for some more continuation. But right now, don't do anything on ADCHF. You need to wait for the close. makes perfect sense to have a retest and more continuation. So wait for it. It looks good. If you trade ADCHF, I think it's good. You just gotta wait for that retest. If it closes like this, it's a perfect close. I think it's more than 10 pips. Let's see, 16 pips, that's perfect. Can't get any better. Nice information, Shiba. Thank you, my friend. Do you trade oil? No, I don't trade oil. I don't remember last time I traded oil. It was the only time I remember trading oil was the first account I ever had. I went straight trading oil, and I think I lost it because it was my first trade and straight to oil. What did I know back then? USD CAD retest on the 5 minute. Look, I said like basically 20 minutes ago, or I don't know, that when a 1 hour candle goes above a resistance, probably lower time frame is going to make some kind of retest. But no, we don't base our trade on lower time frame, so we're going to wait until I see the 1 hour candle printing above here, closing bullish. I don't have any need to trade it right now. We gotta wait. We gotta wait. And
Seems that there's some nice setups coming.
yeah, and also we're getting closer to NFP, so the closer we get, the better is to stay out of it. There's no rush to take any trades today, guys. It's Friday, so don't let Friday to become the day that blows all your profits you made the whole week. All the effort you put the whole week to blow them in the last day of the week, which is not worth it. And also when there's news, so why do that when you can avoid it? Even if we go without a trade today, it's still good. We still made enough this week. I mean, the week was slow. Actually, this week I'm 1.14%. I'm 1.14%. Or is that right or wrong? No, no, I think I'm 1.5, somewhere there. But we're still good. I mean, as long as we don't end the week in drawdown, that's good. Perfectly fine. I'm fine with a 1% win this week. It could be drawdown, don't forget. But it could have been better. That EU setup, that EU loss caused us a small pullback, but yesterday we made it back again. This week we had 2 GJ trades, and they were both wins. And also we had GA. We had GA, GJ, Euro USD, and GJ again. So 1, 2, 3, 4 trades. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we had 4 trades and 3 wins, 1 loss. So that means, no, we made more than 1%. How to look here? No, we made more than 1%.
The GJ win was half.
Oh yeah, the GJ win was half. Because I only had entered half. So GA was, let me see, GA was 1.2%, 1.20% win. Then we had GJ GJ was one, but even if it was a half, it still went pretty good. I think I got 1% there.
Were we looking before at
Anyway,
EN?
EN. What about EN? Oh, it's
think-
breaking.
Exactly, and I believe this is because the problem with EA now is that we've gone to the next zone for me.
EN also has another resistance coming up.
Exactly, it's very similar to the EA, but the EA one's has even more space between the two levels. So I think for both of them, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, tricky. It's tricky because we have two zones in between, very close to each other. Let me take a look at EA. EA. I mean, yeah, EA is about to break two levels, one after the other.
If there's a good pullback the next hour, that could be very interesting. If it does close above this second support.
Yeah, but if it closes, for example, above this, there's a chance that might come for retest here too.
Exactly,
You know,
yeah.
because look at the example we have in the same position. We had this and we had this one.
Mm-hmm.
We had both these two levels in between. So you can see it broke above this, it did a retest before, it did respect it. Then when it broke both levels, above this and above this, you see that it didn't reject from the first one, it came on the second one, got rejected, then still pushed all the way up. So a same thing can happen here too. We could come for the retest here, still come also the previous zone retest, then can still continue more. So the best option maybe would be to wait for price to retest the zone. When it retests the zone, it's probably going to be a bullish candle going all the way up again, and we could enter on a small pullback and continue all the way up. I think this would be a safe way to trade this. Otherwise, there's always danger that we might come for a deeper pullback or for retest of this previous zone broken, and we could get serious drawdown there. Because this, let's see, this 15 pip, almost 20 pip range in between. So we'll wait and see.
Damn, look at GU. If the breakout was like 2 pips bigger, it would have been perfect.
Who?
GBP USD.
Oh, GBP USD.
2 pips more, and it would have been 8 pip breakout.
Oh, you mean the breakout? No, this was pretty good actually. It did close below support and straight move to the downside.
I was watching it, but I thought it's too weak of a breakout.
7 pips, almost 8. Yeah, I don't know if I would take it. Honestly, I think it went pretty good, to be honest. It's very bearish right now, GBP/USD. GJ is also pushing below. USD CAD is pushing up. I mean, there's gonna be some trades coming up. They're gonna push us to take a trade. How much left until the news? How much left until the news? We have 4 hours until the news. 4 hours. Sir, send me an economic calendar link. Just go to myfxbook.com. Did you take any trades today? No, not yet today. We still don't have any right now. Is non-farm payroll always very volatile or only sometimes? Basically, it has to be volatile every time, but sometimes not that much. On previous years, it used to be very volatile. Everything would go crazy that time. Lately, it hasn't been that much, but still it is volatile. You gotta be careful. If USD CAD goes too far, it's not gonna be very good. We need to stay here in the middle for some time. We have another 30 minutes until the next candle. Are you sharing with the watchers when you take trades? Yes, sir. Always. We do it live on every day. If we take a trade, stop loss, take profit, everything. If you watch the previous days when we traded, you could see. Yesterday we didn't have a trade, but 2 days ago we had 2 trades. So you can go and watch the stream where we called trades live. Also, congrats to us, we have reached 12k subscribers. Very nice.
Congratulations.
Hey, congrats.
We are growing together. That's a good thing.
Why is GJ dropping so much?
Where? Oh,
It's
yeah,
almost
it's
in the zone.
not gonna give us a chance probably. That's why I said, because the zone is very small, and
Yes.
1 hour long time to make that 20 pips. Now it's closer to the next support than the resistance. So we have another 6 pips until the next zone. Yeah, probably it's gonna come lower here. Hope dislike this video. Somebody doesn't like me. It's just simple. Maybe he thinks I'm stupid or something. I don't know. Yeah, the spread increases all the time, of course. Every time NFP is, the spread goes wild. I think last time on NFP, gold moved like crazy, even 2 hours before, I think. Even before the news, let alone when the news came. I made an account on CTrader from your link. What is condition to join? No, the link sends you to the copy trade. It's not a link to open an account. But if you open the account, what's the condition to join? You have the information on the copy trader. There's a 200 euros minimum investment that you can have. Soon that's going to be way bigger, and probably only a few can join it. But yeah, it's only 200 for some time. I don't know what's going to happen when IC markets change the leverage. I might have to switch to global. The account gonna have to be stopped probably to create another account. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Didn't you switch to global already?
No, I haven't switched yet.
I switched.
Okay, what changed? Do you got another account?
No,
It's the same?
nothing basically changed. Yes, it's the absolute same.
Okay, that's good then. So we don't have to change anything. I saw that I have the option, but I still didn't go it. I'm gonna wait until the last minute.
That's not the best idea.
No, I'll do it like a week before or something like that. Black bull markets is good. Best customer survives in low spreads. Yeah. Black bull markets is good too. I opened an account there. I haven't finished yet to complete it, but I'm doing it soon. Plenty of good brokers. Look, I don't have any plans for GCAD here. I'm not gonna trade GCAD. I trade GCAD on certain occasions when there's a very good setup, but right now you can see we're right at support, and it's a mess right now. I wouldn't suggest trading it. Let's see what SDD JPY did. Okay, it's still rejecting the same level. It did a nice move to the downside, 10-15 pips. USD CAD. Imagine USD CAD closing all the way below again. Bruno, I would suggest you to stay away from GBP USD right now because I don't see a trade there yet, and even if the 4-hour closes below, you have a chance of entering sells when it comes to a retest, but it's gonna get closer to NFP, and you're not sure if it's gonna give you that move before NFP. I mean, it could happen, but guys, last time we took last loss was EU. The loss before that was a month ago on USD CAD, and we took USD CAD 30 minutes before the news, I think. And of course, we got punished for that.
I think GU already hit the next support near 3818. You can see it on the 1 hour. On the 4 hour as well, yeah.
Yeah, I can see. You take a look on the 1 hour too. Yeah, it's this support here.
Yeah.
No, I don't have any plans for GU here. I had plans for GJ, but GJ already completed the move that I wanted. It already did it. Is it not better EA? We talked about EA. We already talked about EA. Just play back the stream a little bit when we were on EA. We explained what is going to happen here. What could happen, because we can't predict what can happen. But we saw the possible options that we can have on EA, and we'll see. Euro NZD is the same thing. It has the next zone very close. It did actually hit the zone. What about EJ here? EJ is getting rejected too. It's having problems. 1, 2, 3, 4 candles rejecting the zone. Still no breakout. But I think whenever we break, we can have a nice move here, like a 20 pip move at least. How about short USD CHF? Why? Why?
I saw that comment before and I actually looked at the CHF and now I'm gonna buy. It's my first trade of my only trade probably of the day. I'm probably about to close it. But thanks for that tip actually, because I read that as a sell, so I took the buy almost. No, I'm joking. I looked at the charts and I read a lot more as a buy to me personally.
Of course. I mean, look, USD CHF is in a position, I don't know what to say. I mean, I would rather see this going up than going down, but could this go down? It could, maybe if it comes and closes below this, and you can have some sort of bearish continuation, but to be honest, too bullish right now. I wouldn't see this coming all the way down. This probably is going to be consolidation here. I don't see this making a big move. I mean, everything can happen, but I think it's going to be some consolidation there. USD is very bullish right now. Don't go against that. There might be some sort of small correction, but it's too bullish right now. It's better not to go against it.
I believe every single, or this 1 hour, every single dollar candle is bullish basically, except USD CHF.
USD CAD could give us something, but I don't like that it's gonna close like this. I don't like this. Because the thing is, we don't like the way it closes, but it can still work out. That's the bad thing. So if it's gonna work out, at least it needs to give us a good close. Because if we take it with this kind of close, we're gonna be in doubts here if it might work or not. So I don't know. We're gonna have to wait for the close. Still have another 15 minutes left. Anything can happen on the last 15 minutes. We've seen that a lot of times. What about UJ? What about UJ? What's happening with UJ? I just know that it's crazy bullish right now. Look at this. Wow, I've never seen UJ like this. No, I've seen it, but Man, look at this. If you entered the break and retest here, you could have been in this move a whole time. Now, actually, there were a lot of break and retests happening that happened during this push. But man, this is crazy. Let me see how big the move was. 350 pips. UJ just proved us wrong. That is a slow pair. It's not a slow pair. It's not a slow pair at all.
When it-
no, man.
When it doesn't want to be.
This is a way bigger move because it was just continuation after continuation, making new highs. That's like 600 pips move. Oh damn! See the daily. Day's been bullish for a long time now. Oh, look at this! What a perfect break and retest on the daily. My view on gold is that we gotta unview it. Don't look at gold at all, because there's no need, man. Why do you like gold this much? I mean, gold is good because it pays a lot, but it's also hard to trade. It's not easy to trade at all. It's not easy at all. Gold is just creating some consolidation, breaking it, doing no retest, and these kind of things. Look, consolidation. After the consolidation, it broke all the way down, created another consolidation. So if you look at it, technically you wait for break below or break above. Simple thing. But gold can be affected by different things today. You have NFP coming, so why risk to trade gold today? Find a stupid pair maybe. We have some stupid pairs here. EJ, if it breaks above. EA, we talked about EA, it's a little tricky, so there's time for that. USD CAD is the setup that's coming right now. Does NFP affect like JUR 30? No, I think that one it doesn't, but it affects US 30 and these others. Mate, please check if my entry is okay. Mate, please send a chart because I can't read your mind, or I can't see through your phone. I need to see your chart. If you can send it, that would be nice. Do you happen to know the direction on NFP today? If I would know, I would probably be a billionaire until now.
And with these things, don't think. Well, for at the beginning of the week, I knew that they were all meant to be very positive and they had optimism. But even knowing that, you don't necessarily know where they're going to bring the market, because they could have easily priced this in a week before, or they can price it in a week after. And it might also be surprising to hear that they price things in afterwards as well. But you should keep in mind that there's a lot of complex things and there's a lot going on at the same time. So when you have an event like with the stimulus, for example, that was coming for basically weeks, most retailers knew that there was going to be a big stimulus, etc., because they won the Senate over and a lot of little things. And but the official word from like Goldman and other major banks only came out a couple weeks later, and you could see from there that the price reversed right away. But it's normal, because if you're a bank and you have to estimate how much of a stimulus the U.S. is going to give, you literally have to do the maths on like how many or Senate seats would vote for this, how many Senate seats would vote for this, what's actually going to make it into the bill, and you have to be like very, very exact in what your thoughts are. So you can't just say there's going to be more stimulus, so let's bring the price down. They have to make an exact like figure or guess on the figure of the stimulus. They have to say we predict 1.3 will actually pass, and things like that. So it's also normal for large events for banks to take a couple seconds or to take a couple days or a couple weeks to fully inform themselves on the situation and to then make their prediction going forward.
True. True. I mean, if we would have this kind of information, we wouldn't be here at all. In the beginning, I thought, oh man, imagine how much money the presidents and these make because they all know what the result's gonna be. They all know what the market's gonna be. These kind of thoughts, and they really have plenty of money. Who's this guy speaking today? This guy is Jerome.
Bonjour.
He's in YouTube. How's your name? And Tune Master.
Yeah, I'll just say hi.
Yeah. He was on YouTube before. You guys saw it.
I was in the chat. I was with everybody, asking questions.
He talks smart. Of course, he talks smart. He is smart, but too fast. They're saying that you're talking a little bit fast. If you could just talk a little slower.
Perfect. I'll because of course I do understand. Of course, English isn't the first language also for everybody, so I should slow down. I do have an Instagram, but it's a private one. I'm not or I trade, but what's my net worth? I'm not going to discuss that. But yes, to your previous question. But I don't have Instagram that I'm going to share yet with people. But maybe one day we'll go into all of that. For now, I'll just be here from time to time, and then so if you want to hear me, I'll be here.
Are you a millionaire? Yes, man, I am a millionaire. What do you think? It's just this room here that I stay, it's 500,000. It has 500,000 worth just here.
Man, I was gone for like 2 minutes. What millions are you talking about?
You missed a trade.
About Japanese yens, I think. Said is that.
No, euros, man. Not
Pound.
the ZAR currency. In Africa, you can be millionaire very fast.
In Russia, you can be even faster, I think.
Really?
Yeah, like 1 million Russian rubles is like around 13,000 euro or something like that.
Yeah, probably. Will you be live until the announcement? No, I'm not. I'm waiting another 5 minutes to see what are we gonna have here on USD CAD. I think I'm not gonna take anything today. I just don't want to risk a percent today because we're not certain what's gonna happen. So unless later on maybe something else comes. But we gotta be wise to where we put our money on today because a lot of things can go against us. And USD CAD, let's see, we have 6 minutes left. And currently it's a 3-4 pips break, but we're gonna need at least 10 here to be sure about this trade because we're not in a place to take small breakouts. We have news today. This can be affected before the news maybe. Look, there's USD news today and there's CAD news. So USD CAD is like the most affected, if we can say, the most affected pair because it's affected by NFP and CAD news. They're both high impact. So I used to trade USD CAD on the news before because you have both news affecting USD CAD, and it would explode when the news would come, like 100 pip move straight without even going against you at all, without a drawdown. Lately it hasn't been the same, but you just get an idea that it gets affected a lot by the news, because both currencies have news. Which state are you in? I'm in, where am I today? Let me
Monaco.
check. I'm currently on waiting for these people to cross the road. Then I'm heading to somewhere. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, they didn't pass through. Okay, let's continue.
Yo, this is Bulgaria.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's your house? Let me see.
Nah, it's not that town. This is the capital.
What is this? Burgers? What is he
Yeah,
saying?
not everything. Like they have.
A restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fast
big-
food, probably.
No. It's a big restaurant. They have
Mm.
everything.
They should. Is this a delivery car?
Yep.
It seems like it's happy. How much did you start with Forex trading? I started with $300. Is that enough? Well, my friend, it can be enough. For you, maybe it is. For some, it might not be enough. It all depends how much your expenses are. If you spend $300 in a month, then at $300, it's not going to be enough.
USD CAD looks good, I think.
I mean, it's not bad. It's a 5 pip breakout. Not official yet. If you listen to me, we go and leave the charts today because everything we take, it's risky today. It's not live, guys. This is just a video because you see people have no masks. Life was normal back then. Now it's not. Man, UK looks so weird on different sides, or I don't know if I could drive on UK. This is weird. Driving on the opposite side. Okay. USD CAD closed 4 pips above. It can still continue after the retest, but I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna skip it because I don't trust it. I mean, it's not bad, No, actually, the breakout is 7 pips. Let's see the 4-hour close. Ooh, the 4-hour is juicy. The 4-hour close is nice. Where are you located? It doesn't matter, my friends, where I'm located. Anywhere you want me to be, I'll be there. Oh, straight push to the upside. USD CAD's not giving us anything there. Straight push. To be honest, the 4-hour is perfect. I mean, it can be better maybe, but the way it closed above resistance too. It makes a lot of sense to continue, and it went straight to the upside, not giving us a chance. I think it's game over on USD CAD. Just look at the flags on your top right and you know where I'm from and where I live. Let's see EJ. EJ could have break. EA, weird as always. GBP got a whole rejection. Ifka, see, just search on Google Drive and listen. That's the page. USD somebody asked about USD earlier. Wait for this to break. Looks good if it breaks. Not bad. Okay, Euro GBP finally broke above this. Is this gonna give a retest? Look at this bullish candle and it's only 10 pips. Now imagine getting a retest here. Would look ugly. A whole pullback of the breakout candle. Not good at all to look at. Guys, I'm gonna have to go now. Gonna have to go now. Grant, thank you for suggesting that to me. Yeah?
You're going to the fitness?
No. Fitness. Who goes to fitness, bro?
Like, you should. You must. Everybody should.
We should, yeah, we should do a lot of things, but we don't. I mean, we're probably wrong, but bro, I'm at least I'm eating healthy, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's very good.
Seth, what do you think if we get break on GA or EJ? Is it still okay to take it today? Looks good, but
I mean, GA is good, I think.
yeah.
I think there's no GBP news
And
or
EJ?
anything that can affect. I mean, I would rather take GA, to be honest, than EJ. EJ is still good, but I would trust maybe GA better because on GA you can get that 10-15 pips quick. Not much time to wait for it. It can be a quick trade. And EJ
Okay.
might take more time. But the setup is pretty much the same.
But EJ anyway, it shouldn't be affected so much. Maybe
Yeah.
Japanese yen somehow, but shouldn't be a big effect on.
Yeah, we'll
news.
see. We'll see. We'll keep in touch in the group what happens, and we'll see our options, which one gives us a better option. It depends also when it happens, you know. So if this happens on the next hour, I mean, we still got time, plenty of time to see this working out. So it can still be good. The fact that 4-hour got rejected is not that good. If we would have at least the 4 hour close a little better, because there's not pretty much there's not a lot of momentum right now. I mean, it can happen maybe in this hour, but it's gonna be hard. Probably this is gonna reject again, or who knows. Anyway, for now, at least for another hour, we don't have anything, so there's no point staying here. Gotta have some food if we want to stay alive and trade. But thank you everyone for being here today.
Thank you, Sad.
Have a nice weekend.
Thanks,
And
guys.
Exactly. Don't
also,
overtrade
guys,
if
very
you're
much,
doing
bro.
it last week.
what do you guys think about simulation? Should we do it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Because Friday, not really a good time to do a simulation.
Bro, I'm probably off the whole weekend, so don't care about me.
Okay, so tomorrow probably we're gonna do a simulation. We'll find a good time.
Yeah, I will be here probably.
Okay, thank you guys a lot. Have a nice day, weekend,
Thank you
and
very much.
see you.
Enjoy your
Thanks.
weekend. Bye bye.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys. Take care.
Bye.
Don't overtrade.
Have a lovely weekend, guys. See you. No, simulation is for the group only. We don't do it on YouTube. But thank you guys for being here today. We had a good week, not bad at all. Some nice wins, a loss also included. But overall, it was a nice week. A classic week without any big news except yesterday. Otherwise, it was quiet and very good. For today, that's it. Have a lovely weekend. And see you. Leave a like if you want and a subscribe. Let's grow together and make money together as much as we can, as long as we can.